We're having a bit of a discussion now about what happened, and I find that if you can self-disclose in a way that's acceptable to the supervisee, because sometimes it might be too much, but if you can, it nearly always moves things up. And as long as you're not doing it just for your own sake, like when at the end when I was telling you about my education, that didn't feel like a very good intervention because it was my distress around my education. Do you see? So that's why I went, and for a moment I didn't know whether to share it or not, because that was much more about me, whereas the previous one is what I was just noticing. So I was an impersonal observer that had no distress or no agenda or no history or whereas the last one about my education, I'm so fucking pissed with my education. So it wasn't a good intervention.
Well, I don't know, because when you said that, it kind of helped me put my lack of education into perspective. I think I can easily do, oh, if I'd only done that, I would be this. So I think the way that you framed it when you said, oh, but I'm not sure if that's any good, it allows me to choose. And I think, oh, no, something helpful has happened. So,
right, okay.
For me, it's the difference between you saying, this is right, but like you hold it really lightly, and in both those times you held it really lightly, and it allows me to choose what to do with it, I think.
Just it's funny because when I mentioned about loyalty, that seemed a very important intervention. About your loyalty, and what prompted me to do that is I just felt this enormous love for your family, you and your family, and I thought, well, if I go there straight away, that's a bit much. So I sort of went in via the loyalty.
Well, I think when you said that, it touched me really, really deeply, and my tears are right there, right at my eyes, and so I think in that moment then, like you then seen me right at my core.
Thank you. Poor.
What happens to you, Robin, when I say that? What's?
Well, I'm very touched at your transparency. You know that you've taken quite a big risk. There's 100-odd people watching you. And 99 of them should sign up for you as their therapist. But I don't honestly. I have no clue how this is being seen, but I'm very touched by your willingness to be so transparent. That's what happened to me.
Well, thank you for saying that. No, I really appreciate that. And where it's taken me is like that intervention compared to the other two, like they both feel like two different and useful. Like one, I feel seen, and the other two interventions, something processed for me. So they both feel useful, but in different ways. Does that make sense? Like,
yes.
Like I process something in terms of how I hold, like my education, but the other one I feel really close to and seen.
Do you think it's time to let for you to have a look and see what the comments are? And
okay,
are you ready?
Yeah, I think
okay.
I am.